Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we've got some interesting things going on over on Venus. A brand new study just came out that gives us more insight into this mysterious planet. But this study features data that we've had for a while now. A long while. But science keeps sciencing, and sometimes there are hidden jewels to be found in older data, and this story is a prime example of that. And what's also exciting about this new study is that it's yet another piece of evidence that's changing how scientists think of Venus. And you guys know I'm a big fan of challenging what we thought we knew, so sit back. I'm like rebel over here. Sit back. Gosh, not at all. Sit back, get cozy, and let me tell you about this brand new study that's giving us new insights into the planet Venus. So scientists analyzing decades-old data from NASA's Magellan Mission from the 90s say that they have identified what appears to be a vast underground tunnel carved by volcanic activity on Venus. If confirmed, the structure would mark only the second time that a lava tube has been reported on Venus, but the first time that researchers have been able to prove the presence of these tubes. And what's exciting about this is that these lava tubes have really only just been hypothesized about until now. These lava tubes are also known as pyroducts, and this adds to similar discoveries on the Moon and Mars. All of this research is detailed in a paper published on February 9th, 2026 in the journal Nature Communications. Study co-author Lorenzo Brizzoni of the University of Trento in Italy said in a statement, "Our knowledge of Venus is still limited, and until now we have never had the opportunity to directly observe processes occurring beneath the surface of Earth's twin planet." Now, as I mentioned, Brizzoni and his colleagues found these empty lava tubes by studying the radar images from NASA's Magellan spacecraft, which mapped the surface of the planet in the early 90s with its synthetic aperture radar instrument. And as we know, radar identifies and investigates faraway things by shooting out radio waves. In the recent study, Brizzoni explained that they investigated the images with signs of localized surface collapses using an imaging technique that we have developed to detect and characterize underground conduits near skylights. Now, skylights in the context of lava tubes are not that different from their architectural counterparts. They're holes where the pyroduct's ceiling, in this case the planet's surface, has fallen in. Now, the radio waves bouncing back allowed scientists to construct detailed surface maps, and those maps revealed long chains of pits or collapsed areas on the surface. Some stretched tens to thousands of miles, which hinted at the presence of underground lava tubes across the Venusian surface. One of the openings, located on the western flank of Nix Mons, one of the 1,600 major volcanoes that dominate the surface of Venus, produced a distinctive radar pattern closely matching signatures known to arise from collapsed lava tube roofs. And all of this is super juicy because this contributes to a growing body of evidence that is challenging the long-held view that Venus is a geologically dead world. Brizzoni said the identification of a volcanic cavity is therefore of particular importance, as it allows us to validate theories that for many years have only hypothesized their existence. Now, as I've covered before in previous videos, Venus is not the easiest planet to observe. It is perpetually shrouded in dense clouds, blocking a direct view of its surface, forcing scientists to rely on radar imagery to study the planet's geology. Between 1990 and 1992, NASA's Magellan orbiter mapped much of Venus's surface using a radar system specifically designed for that purpose, producing a vast archive of images that researchers continue to analyze to this day. Brizzoni said that analysis of the surrounding terrain suggests the discovered conduit could extend for at least a few dozen kilometers underground, although only part of the structure can currently be confirmed. He added that confirming its full size, shape, and stability will require further observations. And that opportunity may come soon. A fleet of upcoming missions to Venus are expected to carry more advanced radar instruments capable of capturing higher resolution images. For example, studying subsurface cavities is the primary goal of an instrument called the Subsurface Radar Sounder, or SRS, which is going to be on the Envision mission being developed by ESA. And this instrument can penetrate the planet's surface to the depths of several hundred meters. According to Brazzoni, the instrument is also capable of probing Venus's subsurface, potentially detecting conduits even in the absence of surface openings. He added, "Our discovery, therefore, represents only the beginning of a long and fascinating research activity." And there's also the upcoming Da Vinci and Veritas missions to Venus in the next decade. And there's also the first private mission to Venus by Rocket Lab, the Venus Life Finder. And their original target date was actually the summer of 2026, but I read that in some articles that were dated like a year or so ago, and I didn't see that date on their actual website, so it may not be true anymore. Their mission is interesting in that the probe has a single instrument aboard, a autofluorescence nephelometer, an incredibly named instrument, to search for organic compounds within Venus's atmosphere. And they predict that that search will last just 5 minutes before Venus's surface eats that probe, as it is wont to do. You know that Oppenheimer quote, "I am death, destroyer of worlds"? I feel like Venus is like, "I am Venus, destroyer of probes. Any and all probes I find delicious." So what do you guys think? Are you surprised that Venus may just be filled with lava tubes and not as dead as we all thought? Or not really, because if you're 800 degrees and filled with lava tubes, you're basically dead to me anyway? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I didn't realize until I was researching this story that the Magellan spacecraft mapped 98% of Venus's surface with radar over 3 cycles. And that is a lot of ground to cover, considering Venus is just slightly smaller than Earth size-wise. So new discoveries on all of that data makes a lot more sense to me now, and actually just makes me more excited for future Venus missions. Maybe I should add the Venus Life Finder to my 2026 list. It could actually be really exciting. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, I will see you in the next video.